Hey guys, so my new Vice turned up today. I've unpacked it, had a look at it, and so far very impressed with it. So I just wanted to pass that review to you, explain to you some of the small reasons that I chose this. So really, I mean, it's to replace a crappy old Silverline clamping vise that I had. I mean, I bought it second hand off a flea market and it used to just get by, you know, but the ball joint is slipping now, so I got frustrated with it and slung it out, and I wanted one to replace it. What I'm using at the moment, and I've used for I don't know how long now, is this vise. It's my day-to-day vise. I use it all the time. Fantastic little thing. It's sold under several brand names on Amazon and eBay, in grey, blue or red, but what I find is that any of those brand names and those colours, it seems to be exactly the same thing. Brilliant vise, but what I wanted was something to replace the clamp. Now I looked at this and the Stanley hobby vise. It's the Stanley 183069, the big yellow thing, and I was sort of torn between the two for quite some time, but there was one major factor that made me choose this, despite this being more expensive than the Stanley. So I'll show you what that is. So what I liked about this is the fact that I can easily pack it. It can go in a toolbox. The Stanley hobby vise is all one piece and therefore extremely long, and but this particular vise can serve several purposes because it's really nice and heavy for a start. So it's a standalone. It can be a standalone, no suction base, of course. It can be bolted down onto a surface, temporarily or permanently. You've got those two attached bolt holes there, and then you have this, the clamp that slots into here. Very nicely designed. I mean, it fits well here. The length of the clamp is exactly the same as the Stanley. The jaw capacity is the same as the Stanley, and so along with the fact that it just compacts down into a nice size, was much more appealing to me than the bulky Stanley. So for example, for size wise, it packs down to 19 centimeters long to 16 centimeters wide to 8 centimeters deep, which I thought was quite impressive. It'll sit in the bottom of a toolbox. Again, you know, this one is lighter, but I can't, you know, it's just you can't secure it that well. Before I've had a piece of cloth here and then a clamp onto a surface, but that's limited because you've got quite a bit to clamp first, yeah. It wasn't really a nice solution. It was just a temporary solution after I slung out the Silverline. But what I find here, this is extremely well made. It's all metal construction. There isn't one speck of plastic on this, apart from the jaw cushions, which seem to be quite a nice quality. What's also a nice touch is that you've got the ridge in the jaw here for clamping circular tubes and such things, and then also a ridge here and a ridge here on both sides for clamping tubes and circular objects, which I think is a nice touch. Seems to be nicely made. So price wise, hold on to your hats compared to the cheap thing, the cheap vices. It's a bit more expensive. I paid €30 for it. The Stanley Hobby Vice is cheaper, but again I went for this because it just packs down to a nicer form. It can be used as a standalone, bolted down, and also as a clamp vice, and the form is much smaller. Performance wise, I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's what can go wrong with the damn thing. The ball is very secure. The weight of the base will prevents it from tipping over too much. And of course, well, if it's going to tip over, you just put the clamp on it. It's really nice and heavy. So not a lot to say. It's a vice, but if you're looking for a new vice, I just wanted to pass that review to you, and hopefully it's helpful. That's it, I think. Take care. Bye.